Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins.
What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm the Crypto Crow. I missed you guys. It's been a long week. It's been a crazy week. It's now Monday, and I'm still feeling Vegas. Let me just say that. And I don't have any big plans today, honestly. I just kind of wanted to come on and say hello and talk about, what happened in Vegas. And just, I don't know, just kind of hang out a little bit. I'm still kind of getting stuff situated in my whole setup, so I see a lot of green, and it's just it's not set up very well. It looks like it is, but it's really not. What's up, everybody? I see Crypto Turp was first, and you were in there like the second I went live. Like, you got the notification instantly. What's up from Portugal? Brother Crypto, what's up? Dominic F. You can't. What happens in Vegas State? Well, I'm not giving every detail now. There's stuff I am not talking about. But I did have some fun with hookers. I will say that, and I'll fill you in a little while. Not the kind of fun you'd think. Yeah. What's up, Miggity Miner? So yeah, it was a great time, man. I will tell you that, well, so I've been to several conventions now, and World CryptoCon was by far the most engaging, just a great time. And it was a little frustrating. I mean, there were some things that happened that I felt were small things, but it rubbed some people the wrong way. I mean, here's the thing. I know even my friend Beatles ran into some problems in Vegas. And I met Ken Bozak. That dude is an absolute riot. I mean, and his girlfriend's gorgeous, like beautiful, model, like super cute. And I was just, this dude, I swear to God, I shook his hand and I got a contact buzz. Like, I don't know what. I mean, later on, I gave him a hug, got another contact buzz. Like, the dude apparently lives for weed, and but man, sitting down and just hanging out and talking to him. We went to Crypto Wendy O's. She always does these great meetups, man, and it's like everywhere we go, they just get bigger and bigger. And I think she's going to be setting one up for Chainwise too, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try and support that officially in some ways, But she had this meetup, and I met Kent Bozak there. I wasn't familiar prior to that, and I wasn't familiar with Ken Bozak. I just know I think there were one or two people dressed like Ken Bozak at the Halloween party, and man, like when I'm in a crowd. It's funny because when I'm in a crowd, I kind of like handle my nerves through just jokes. I just crack jokes, and I'm just a goofball. And part of why I do that is because I heard at least 5 or 6 times what a scary dude I am. Am I scary? I mean, I don't get it. I know my eyes are always dark. That's like I don't know, cortisol, adrenal gland thing. I don't know. My eyes have always been dark since I was a kid. And, but I heard it so many times how scary I am. And it's like, I don't try to be scary at all. And a part of the way I try to offset that, like once people get to know me, they're like, oh no, you're total, you got a big heart and all this other stuff. But, at first glance, apparently I'm very intimidating. And I really don't mean to be. I just think it's the way I come off. Kind of like my wife. If you look at my wife, she looks like she could be real mean. She's not. She's the most happy, fun-loving, sweet, kind, just the best woman I've ever known. But to look at her from a distance, she might come off as very intimidating. So I think we both kind of, we're both a little like that. And so I just crack a lot of jokes and try to have fun and put people at ease. But man, hanging out with Bozak for even 20 minutes, my gut hurt. Everything that dude said had me in tears. I mean, he was a freaking riot. And just, I met so many cool people, man. I mean, so I'll get to some pictures. I don't have a lot of pictures, but the pictures that, I tried to pull down some pictures, like if I was tagged on a photo from someone, and I'll try to share them. This was actually, we were getting ready for a panel. We were getting ready to do a panel at the CryptoCon. I got emotional again. It's been a while. I think it's because I was tired. That's probably what it was. I was just tired. But yeah, I started talking about basically one of the things I'm going to talk a little more detail about today, which is over-the-counter trading. And I just got really, really fired up. It was so off the cuff, so unintentional. But it was kind of like, what's one of those topics? The question was like, what's a major topic that people don't discuss often, but should? And for me, it was over-the-counter trading. And I'm going to talk, I talked about it in a previous video a little bit. I'm going to talk more about it coming up. I'm not going to say any names just because I don't know who wants to be, talked about by name. But yeah, this dude was super cool. He's in the Murder of Crows. He might even be in chat. I don't know, but he was super cool. Talked to him quite a few times throughout the week. And picture of my wife. We were just hanging out, waiting. I don't remember what we were waiting on. We might have been waiting for dinner, waiting to go somewhere. I don't know. We were just bored. I thought she looked hot as shit, so I took a picture of her. She just kind of looked up at me like, what the hell are you doing? I didn't give her a chance to pose or smile or anything. I just took the picture. I thought it turned out great. She's so gorgeous. Here's the monster, apparently. No, this guy, he might be in chat too. A lot of these people are likely in chat. I haven't seen it yet. I'll scroll up and check things out. Of course, you guys know Crypto Love and Crypto Wendy. And yeah, we were just kind of hanging out at a bar. nothing, spectacular. There's my wife. So here's the story behind this. And I'll show you this too. Yeah, tiny people. So we ended up, so the first night we were in Vegas, we were hanging around a lot at like the hotels and stuff. And what I kind of consider it like the very commercial side of Vegas. And I know that like Beatles and BitBoy and Love and a lot of those guys went to the Fremont Street, which was old Vegas, because I think we tried to get into, everybody went to Omnia. And I think Beatles, because Beatles wore gym shoes, couldn't get in. And I thought that was really odd, but they didn't let him in, so they went to Fremont Street. And I didn't even know, or we would have went with them. But we ended up going to Omnia for Steve Aoki, but it was so freaking packed, crowded. And I tell you guys all the time, I don't like big, tight crowds. It just makes me anxious. We ended up leaving like 30 minutes after we got in. I mean, we didn't wait in line or anything. When we left, the line was like all the way into the streets. Like it was craziness. And it was already packed. And so the next time we went out, I think it was the next night, we met up with some friends. I don't know if that picture's in this group or not. But we met up with another friend, and he's actually, a crow, and then his wife. And then another crow from Miami. She was so cool. And so we were all hanging out. We're in Fremont Street. We're hanging out downtown. And then I'll just call her Mel. She's like, let's go ziplining. And my wife is like, yeah. Like my wife's down for anything crazy. She's like, yeah, let's go ziplining. I was too big. 6'8" was the cutoff and 300 pounds. So I was just too big. Or 280 or something like that. So either way you cut it, I was just too big for ziplining. So they all went ziplining. Then Mel's like, let's all go find a tattoo shop. And my wife was like, yeah, let's go. So a whole group of us went to this tattoo shop. They were trying to close. We're like, you're not closing yet. All three of the girls got a tattoo. My wife got Protect Your Magic down her arm. And it's actually pretty cool. And I think a little bit, yeah, here it is. So here's Mel. She actually got a crow tattooed on her ankle. talk about one badass chick, man. She's out of Miami, and she was just cool as hell, man. I don't even know any other way to say it, but she was super smart, gorgeous, and she just travels and just has a good time, and so it was really cool to meet her and hang out. And yeah, she got a crow tattooed on her ankle. I was blown away that she actually did it. And it's funny because every time she got an idea, my wife would be like, yeah, let's do it. And then she'd be like, oh, I don't know, really? Like, she'd start to try and chicken out. And I was like, you're not. Like, she tried to chicken out apparently at the zip line. And my wife was like, you're not chickening out. We're doing this. And then she'd have another crazy idea. And then my wife would like, yo, let's do it. So that was pretty fun. This is Pamela. She's with, she's on Twitter a lot. She was cool. She, I forget what it was. She was doing some kind of daddy campaign. I think it's like Daddy Coin or something. DADDI. And she had a bunch of us tweet out and things like that. But yeah, she was cool. Here they are. So this is, these are the other couple crows. She got a tattoo, on her forearm, but it was super cool. Apparently she loves cats, and he is a veterinarian. And so she got this tattoo of a cat, but it was all done in triangles. And it was probably one of the coolest things I'd seen. I was like, that is a really badass idea. But they were super cool. She was gorgeous. He was cool. They were from Brazil. Just people from all over the place. That was one of the coolest things. I met this dude. This dude was a cool cat. He came up to me. He's like, hey, what's up? And he's got this Aussie accent. He's with Cloak Coin. And, he was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about the guy. We talked for maybe 15 minutes, and but he traveled there from Australia. I mean, you know, and he was just a cool dude. Here's Murphy Murph and Wendy O. For whatever reason, I look like I'm in pain taking this picture. I don't really know why. I wasn't. I was just kind of think I had an odd angle trying to fit everybody into a photo or like a selfie. And my dude, Bit Boy, he had this costume pretty much. He had these all custom made, and God, I just love this dude, man. He's just so sweet and just so fearless, and but yeah, that was his costume for the costume party. We didn't really dress up. She had antlers and stuff. She was going to be like a sexy deer, but no, I did not see anybody with Arb. I did not. I didn't. Nobody said anything to me. Nobody stopped me. Here's another crow. A lot of you guys will probably see is familiar. We took a few pictures. Apparently, I grabbed the wrong one. He happened to be looking away at that second. Super cool. Gave me like. He actually gave me some EMP bags. So I actually used it too. I put my dummy phone in one of them, and he was reading about the Slayer fans comment. But yeah, he was super cool too. He's out of Hawaii, and all this is just a picture my wife took of us for her Instagram. So I don't hear. Oh, and this is actually one of the first pictures I took, because when we got there, Crypto Beatles. I don't think you guys realize what like a generous dude Beatles is, like for real. Like this guy, he blows my mind sometimes. Like he in a lot of ways is the kind of dude that I'd like to be. Like he's very much all business. He's very much a lot about, you know, his business and success and building companies and things like that. But at the same time, this guy goes out of his damn way to take care of his family and his friends. I mean, like in a way that I've never seen. But he actually bought me a damn bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label Scotch for my freaking birthday. I was so shocked. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, you know, to do something like that, you know, he just blew my mind. He's like, dude, we made you a card, because apparently he has a holiday greeting card company as well. And I guess they made me, he made me a card using one of my pictures. And something about Purdy Bird or something. I don't remember what the hell it was, but I guess he forgot it. And then so I forgot. I'm supposed to send him my address so he could send it to me, and I totally forgot. I think that might be it for photos. Oh no, here's this is Adam Williams, the guy on the chair. He's basically the the creator of World CryptoCon, and then of course Alex Mashinsky. Adam was cool, man. I don't know what to say. Adam's like a big baller in a little suit. Like I don't know any other way of putting him. He's a big baller in a little suit. But he was just super cool, crazy hospitable, always eager to help, put out fires, whatever. And he was just, you could tell he was just bouncing around everywhere, making sure everything was going well and everybody was happy. And then Alex, I don't even know what to say about Alex. I mean, I really want to hang out with Alex at a bar sometime. Because just completely sober early in the morning, because this was kind of early. It was early for me, especially it was like the second or maybe third day in Vegas. I don't even remember. But Alex is just a trip, man. And it's like, he loves his wife so much. Because like, we were joking. We were like, I forget what we said. We were like, where are you going out? Are you partying tonight? What are you up to, Alex? And he's like, oh no. He's like, I don't do anything anymore. He's like, I gotta be where my wife wants me to be. You know what I mean? Like, he was just cracking all these jokes, but he's definitely a devoted family man. I think, not that it took me by surprise or anything like that. It's just so funny because it's all he talks about is his wife. So yeah, I thought he was a sweetheart. And I mean, I like Alex a lot more having met him in person even, and I liked him a lot before, but Alex was just super cool. And he actually sent me, he was talking about how he's like, we launched CellPay today. And I was like, awesome. And he goes, give me your cell phone number. And so I gave him my cell phone. It was actually the dummy phone. So it actually worked out because it was like a brand new phone. And he literally sent me, I don't remember, I think he sent me like $100 in cell tokens or something through CellPay. And I didn't even have anything on my phone. So it just popped up super simple as a text. And you just click the link. You set up your account and boom, your money's sitting right there. You do whatever you want with it. It was like, wow, like that was some crazy shit. And I don't know if this is, I don't know if I'm not dropping any bombs, I don't think, but I will say that I made comment about him and someone from Utrust walking around together. And I'm like, Alex, what's going on with Utrust, dude? And I'm not going to say anything that he said. I'm not going to, because I don't know if that, let's just put it this way. There could someday be some partnership there. And I'm all for it. What I'm seeing, and it's like, if a lot of you guys that have watched my channel for a long time, you guys are going to start seeing that a lot of the projects that I like and that I talk about often are now starting to get married. They're starting to fall in love and stuff. And I find that very interesting because a lot of the companies that I like, I almost kind of wonder if it's like a mindset. I don't know what it is, but I try to, I see some people, they go into particular projects and are like, oh, I like this vertical. I like this project. And so I'm going to go into 5 different projects that do similar shit because it's what they know, they're comfortable with, maybe casino coins or pot coins or whatever. And that's cool. But personally, I've always kind of I like to try and pick the best horse in each race. You know what I'm saying? And in that, I'm finding that a lot of these best horses are starting to work together and build some relationships, and which is the way it should be. And so it just reinforces kind of my initial perception and my review, if you will, of a lot of these projects, and the fact that they're always out there hitting it and building new partnerships and things like that. I love to see it. So yeah, I mean, I think Alex just signed a $5 million loan last week, and he's working on another one. I mean, he seemed pretty open about it, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what people tell me. They're telling me in confidence. So I don't want to say, but it's freaking huge. Like Celsius is doing some big stuff. So if you're holding Celsius, I'm telling you what, and it's like, here's the thing about Celsius. And nothing in this video is being paid for, just so you guys know. Like, there's no paid anything. But, you know, the thing about Celsius is Alex's reputation, and I see how he has such a good reputation because he's so real and so very much passionate about community, the well-being of the crypto space, the well-being of those involved in it, and so forth and so on. And you can even see that reflected in the team, in the other people that work for Celsius. You know, everybody there, it's like a family to him, and I think to them. And it shines through, man. Like when I was, like the last time when I interviewed Alex, and, you know, his team members were there, and, you know, I was struggling, not getting a little choked up, because you can just kind of see how much the people care. It's such a community over there. That is the kind of force that's difficult to fake, and it's difficult to create. It's that kind of culture that I've seen take companies from nothing to the biggest companies in their space. And it's about establishing that mutual respect, that community. And those are elements that are difficult to quantify in a white paper, right? You can't really sense that. You don't really see those things until you actually start getting to know the people involved. And I almost feel like, given my experience with some of these projects, I wish I did travel more, and I wish I did have more opportunity, like Chainwise. There are a lot of projects that I really would love to see come to Chainwise. I want to meet them. I want to know where am I spending my 2019? You know, are my big picks, are my big projects? You know, I want to know. I want to meet these CEOs. I want to meet these team members, and Chainwise is the perfect opportunity for me to be able to do that. But it's going to tell me a lot, like to see what companies show up, what companies get booths, what companies are prepared to come out and start really hitting that mass adoption ticket. You know what I mean? That I'm very curious to see what companies step up and do that, and what companies kind of hide out. And so, you know, I'm noticing that like the projects that I find to be very legit, I know are going to be there. I mean, obviously one of the most legit up and comers out there that's going to be at Chainwise, Cardano. I mean, to me, there's nobody bigger. So, you know, to have that, and to be able to see inside some of these teams, I'm very much looking forward to it. So is that it? Yeah. So, yeah, and just a quick little thing. I don't know, for some of you guys that might be interested, I didn't put an affiliate link or anything in the description, but this is a website called Minds, minds.com. So you go to minds.com/CryptoCrow. Throw me a subscribe. Throw me a follow on there. I've got 21 subscribers right now and 100 views. And but these guys are basically like, it's like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, kind of everything in one into one system. You've got blogs and groups and channels and news feeds, videos, all that stuff. And I just think it's a pretty cool. It's still pretty early. These guys are kind of just getting started. I just got a random email from like an influencer guy. I guess he reaches out to the different influencers to try and get our interest. And I look at stuff and I'm like, but I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty cool. And it's almost like they're kind of like, they want to be kind of, I don't know, like the Facebook of Steam, like the Steam version of, I don't know. You get what I'm saying. But I think it's actually pretty cool, and it works pretty well. And you can actually earn their crypto by making posts and then sharing those posts, and then you can turn around and spend those crypto boosting posts. So that's kind of a pretty cool thing, and I'd like to see this grow, because I want to get in on one of these things at the ground level, and so, you know, check it out, minds.com/CryptoCrow, and drop me a follow. All right, let's look at chat real quick. I'm going to scroll up. Just hopping in to say hi. Can't stay. Well, Joey, you're probably not even here, so goodbye, dude. See ya. Love you too, Ryan. Even though you didn't go to World CryptoCon, it really was a good time. Oh, and you know, some of the things that people were kind of upset about is like, here's the thing. Like Vegas casino or Vegas clubs, they're strict as shit about dress code, man. And that was one of the things that like Ken Bozak, he couldn't get into any of the clubs over there. And Crypto Beatles, they wouldn't let him in because he was wearing tennis shoes. And I think some people were frustrated, I guess, because they weren't really, it wasn't disclosed that there were such strict dress codes. And I think some people weren't really prepared for that and it was frustrating. I get it on both sides, but there are other things. I felt like there were a lot of little things that would pop up. Just things outside of, oh, cool, I can see my subscribers in real time. So I'll just leave that here and watch and see how many of you actually go to minds.com/CryptoCrow and drop me a follow. If I get enough followers on here, I'm going to try and put more exclusive stuff and I will say that I'm actually getting started on an ebook. I'm going to start writing an ebook and put it up on Amazon and start marketing it. And it's just something that I feel like it'll help me reach a new audience. I feel like it'll help draw people into the channel. So, I will say that, and I'll have details about Chainwise in there and all kinds of stuff. And hopefully I'll cover pretty much every major topic in this ebook, and hopefully it'll be a good read, and I'll have little surprises and fun things in there for everybody as well. And what I'll likely end up doing is I'll probably give as many, I don't know how many, I know Amazon kind of limits you on like promo codes and such, but I'll probably give all of you guys and like the people in my Telegram group and all that a promo code. That way you can get it for free, and then hopefully you'll post a good review for me if you like it. And so that's that. So yeah, I mean, there were little hiccups with World CryptoCon, but look, man, it was a huge convention in Vegas, and there are just some things that like Adam and those guys just couldn't control. And I mean, look, these guys were there to have a good time too, and it's like I don't know. Hey Crow, did Metamorph ever get back to you? Their beta exchange has just been released and it looks awesome. Nope, nobody's ever contacted me. Nobody did. Any news on Blockchain LLC from the event? No. And I do want to put out one thing. So CoinLion just launched their beta. So for those of you that have been fudding for months, talking about when CoinLion, when beta, when launch, all that stuff, it's there, it's launched, and so the email invites went out, and so it was all good. I've checked it out. Live trading is on. I'm just getting rid of all these little windows here. This is more of a hangout. Obviously, I wasn't really structured for anything big today. I just didn't want to go on a Monday after this whole week and not kind of catch everybody up on what's going on. So anyway, this is where you can access the private beta. Here you can access the research portal. There's still some functions. There's still some functionality that's not live in the beta yet. I can't access it down on this system because it was kind of the way I have the security and all that. It's kind of a pain in the butt to log in still. But oh my gosh, I can show you guys. My toes. One of my toes on each foot, and I have blisters the entire size of my toe from all the walking around we did. And what sucked is that before, like when we were on our way, my wife got our time wrong on what time our flight out was supposed to leave. We got there late, man. We literally like pretty much sprinted through the entire airport and made it like halfway through boarding. So, yeah, and I was wearing brand new, kind of flashy, nice shoes, and that didn't work out well for me. Let me just say that. My calves and my shins were like steel plates. I couldn't even move my foot up or down for like hours after that. I hate traveling, people. I really do. I hate all of the... I wish I were just rich as hell so I could just get like private jet. I wish I had like 1 billion Bitcoin so I could just go and hire that Bitcoin private jet company. Just not have to deal with any of that crap anymore. But anyway, yeah, so, look, the CoinLion's launched its beta. If you got an email, check it out. If you're registered for it, make sure you check your spam, because for whatever reason, every once in a while, some of their emails will come to my inbox and some will go to my spam. And that sucks. But, you know, it's unfortunately just kind of the way it is. I send out emails sometimes that end up in people's spam. It's kind of difficult because you just never know. Like, if somebody's hating on you, they can try to flag your email and all kinds of stuff and create problems. So if the fudsters are out there trying to create issues, I don't know. But look, and I had some big questions actually for Josh over at CoinLion today, and he put those to bed. You know, sent me some downloads and things. And I think CoinLion is going to be great. And one of the big reasons why I'm talking about this is because one of the companies that I met out at World CryptoCon is basically like a turnkey exchange operation. I could not find their business card when I got home, though. I'm kind of pissed because I don't remember what the company name was. I'd seen so many different companies. And, you know, they haven't emailed me or looked me up yet either. I don't know. But it was, I am interested in launching an exchange. I kind of want to launch an exchange that I'm marketing all over the place, but I'm only listing the coins and the projects that I research and that I really like myself. That way, if, you know, somebody's new to crypto and they're like, man, you know, how do you know what's good? Well, if it's on, you know, Crow's Exchange, it's probably a pretty good project. And that's kind of just like an ease of use kind of thing. And so I'm looking into that. I was talking to Beatles, and Beatles is like, dude, to do that fully with like a full service kind of operation, you have to pay like 10 million in licenses and all kinds of stuff, unless you partner with another company or a bank that already has all that. So it's definitely a process, but it's one that I think might be worth it. Like I'm at a point now where I want to do something with a little more, like, I don't want to say meaning. I feel like what I do has meaning, but I want to do something that I can truly like retire from, but also use as a tool to help people and use as a tool to educate. Like, I wish CoinLion was my exchange personally, like, because it's exactly what I would do. Like, what Joshua is building and doing with CoinLion is pretty much exactly what I've always wanted to do myself. But CoinLion already has a CEO and a founder and all that stuff, so there's no room for me. But I'm still an advisor for the project, and I still like it, and I'm still all for it, and I'm still going to use it. I just, you know, I've been caught between either, you know, setting up ATMs, because I'd like to have like an ATM business, like Bitcoin ATMs all over my market. An exchange, which I'm still not 100% sold on exchange, just for the liability. That's the thing. I'm more concerned with the liability of an exchange than I am anything else. I think I could get one going. I think I could have a lot of fun with it, and I'm sure it would do well for everyone. But and then the other thing is I still, to this day, my big dream, my dream since I was 18 was to open a big badass nightclub. It's just an amazing time. Not a nightclub full of pretentious pricks and little chicks that, you know, everybody's just shitty and thinking their shit don't stink. I want a party. I want like a Studio 54 without the drugs. Like, I just want to have an exciting, you know, I think so much about legacy, man. It's been killing me. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do, honestly. This whole video is just kind of a big hodgepodge of shit, but I think I'm still trying to find myself, people. I really am. I'm still trying to find, you know, where am I supposed to spend all my time? What am I doing? And so but I want to have fun, you know, and it's like, I'm 40 years old. I'm going to be 41 this month. And just, it's blowing my mind, and there are just still so many things that I've never been able to do that I want to do. And so yeah, I'm just let's see what's going on in chat. Crypto Crow, what's your office chair recommendation, since you're a big dude and it should be even better for a regular than in I got a recliner. I got a recliner that turns and swivels and rocks. And I even have, if I ever need it, I have this. This is a massage. It kind of sucked, though, to be honest with you. And it's not even plugged in. I unplugged it. But it'll massage your back, lumbar, thighs, legs, 15, 30, 60 minutes. And you can go from low, different waves, pulse, auto, all kinds of shit. I don't even use the massage features for it, but I needed a big recliner, man. Like, sometimes I like to sit my big ass Indian style, which you'll see me pop up and change my legs. I can't do these little office chairs. I just can't. I don't care how ergonomic and lumbar support and all that shit. I just like big fluffy cushions everywhere. Like me. Oh, let's see. Studios 54 was super pretentious though. Bouncers would only just let good looking people in. I know, but I think you get my point. I just want to have a nightclub where it's just a great damn time. That's it. I don't know, pump pure oxygen into the place or something. Like, I just want, I just want to have a good time. I feel like I am getting this itch. Like, I'm getting to this point of like midlife crisis or something. I'm getting anxious and I want to do some big things, but I want to do some exciting things. And I want to try and, like, I've got some stuff in the works right now. And I told my wife, I'm like, you know what? I mean, if this goes through and this actually happens, I talk about it. Like, I still have this kind of goal, like, buying an old school and just turning it into like a kind of like a recovery house. Like, people who, whether they were, they got addicted to drugs or they ended up homeless for whatever reason, rough times, whatever, and then retraining them, giving them a place to live, giving them a necessary wardrobe of clothing. They have set times, a set schedule. They basically have to go to school. They have to learn a trade. They have to learn what to do, and then you help them get a job. And then you monitor them. You make sure that they're hitting it and they're good and they've saved up enough money to then go out and get an apartment and rejoin society. And it's like, I really still want to do that. And, if there's a way to, utilize cryptocurrency in that somehow, I probably would. But I don't know. I just can't stress enough. I want my life to have more purpose. And, yeah, that's it. I just don't know what that is yet. So, buy a motorcycle. I would die on a motorcycle. I almost bought one a long time ago. What's up, Brandon Lopez? Open a crypto-themed nightclub where you can pay for everything with crypto. That's basically the idea. That's exactly what I want to do. Throw up the likes. Recovery for BitConnect investors. Oh man, that's funny. That's hilarious. So here's the thing, and I've touched on this in the past, but I gave a hold on, I'm gonna see if there's any. This is more of a message than anything. Where real whales trade. I think I've even shown this. By 31st, show this. It's a much bigger deal. So here's the thing. Because a lot of times I see people and they make comments on my channel, like, when are things going to turn around? Or you'll see comments about, is crypto dying? Just crazy stuff. And I just, here's the thing. I know firsthand. I know what kind of over-the-counter business is happening right now. And I'm not necessarily saying that it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that the wealthy don't play by the same rules that we do. The truly wealthy, they have a means for not paying taxes. They have a means for avoiding pretty much everything and anything that they want to refrain or stay away from. And, realistically, the wealthiest people in the world pay less taxes than somebody that works at Cinnabon. And that's just the way it is. And because there are so many ways to facilitate that, right? And just the wealthy people all over the globe, they simply do not play by the same rules you and I do. And that's the same for major investments into crypto. These guys are not going to go spend $100 million or $1 billion on Bitcoin or whatever on an exchange and basically drive the price up on themselves. They're not going to do that. They're going to go over the counter. They're going to find somebody that's holding it in mass, and they're going to make the big purchase, and they're going to hold it. And then they're going to sell it potentially in trickles over time and make huge, crazy profits selling into the market when it's at its high. And what does bother me a bit about the over-the-counter deal is these guys are not helping the price go up, but they will ultimately be helping the price stay down. And so there's this big war. It's like the wealthy are loading up right now for war. And it's ultimately war with the rest of us. And the problem is that these guys have the means to do whatever they want. And so it's really going to take the masses to be able to push farther and harder than the holdings of the truly wealthy. And the fact of the matter is there's only like 17 million Bitcoin out of a total 21 million. And I think something like 30% of that Bitcoin is basically lost or locked up on wallets and things that have, the access to those have been lost. Wallets that have been burned up in house fires or crushed in a car crash. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And the thing is, it's like, it's not necessarily a depressing thing, but it's definitely something to keep in consideration. The reality is that the altcoin market, I feel, is where you and I are going to make the majority of our gains, our wealth, our profit. It's really, to me, going to be the altcoin market. The Bitcoin market is going to be so controlled by the wealthy whales, the major players in the space, the long-term holders, the early adopters. And yeah, if anybody can grab a piece of a Bitcoin now, absolutely. You better do it while you can, because I'm telling you, when things really turn around, it's just going to be out of the reach of just about everybody. I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin is going to be probably one of the rarest commodities on the freaking planet in the future, because there's only 21 million. People are going to be lucky to get a Satoshi someday, and when that time comes, it's just, you're going to be glad you've got some Bitcoin dust, even if that's all you've got, because they'll probably get somebody a car someday. But my point to all of this is that these over-the-counter deals are booming. There is so much over-the-counter business going on right now, and there is a huge reason for that. These guys are in the know. They know what's coming down the pipe. They know regulation is happening. They know that these big funds are coming. They know that this is all happening, and they are loading up now, frantically, mind you. I know people that are out there trying to buy up every Bitcoin they can muster over the counter. Why do you think that is? The wealthiest people in the globe, these people know a lot more about things behind the scenes than even I do, than you and I do. And so when I see that, and I've seen evidence of that, I know that we are in a time where now is the time for you to take action. Whether or not you want to invest in Bitcoin or altcoins or whatever, this is a period to accumulate. This is what wealthy people are doing right now all over the globe. They are accumulating. They're not fudding. They're not running around bitching and moaning on chat channels and otherwise talking shit on Twitter. Oh my gosh, this coin is down 30%, blah, blah. No. They're just accumulating. They're buying more because they're planning for what's coming in the next 3, 6 months, 9 months, however long it takes. They don't really care. They're going to set it and forget it. And I just want everybody to really understand that, in the grand scheme of things, what's happening right now is a growing pain. This isn't a death knell. This isn't a red market, so to speak. It's a bear market. But this bear market is a growing pain. And that's it. That is all. Your job now as investors, speculators, adopters, educators, whoever you are in the space, your job now is to continue learning and getting more acquainted with the various teams of the biggest projects that you love. Get to know them, become a part of them, participate in helping them, and hold. And when the time is right, you'll be glad you did. To me, it's like the story of the Microsoft secretaries. They were offered either, I think it was like $100,000 bonus or $100,000 in stock options. And all of the secretaries that took the stock options became millionaires in a few years. And that's the kind of opportunity I feel that we're sitting at right now. And we're at the table. And, there are going to be people who are fudding things for whatever reason. You're going to have, shitty companies paying, FUD operations to try and tear down competition. You're going to have hate mongers all over the internet talking shit about, other, Twitterers and YouTubers and, people that just have no real purpose in the space and they're all trying to find themselves, or their purpose is to just FUD and hurt other projects for any reason whatsoever. And you have to look past all that bullshit, all that hate, all that negativity, and start finding the good, find the use case, find the opportunity, and just dive in. And that's the best thing I could tell anybody right now. The Dusk is a moron. I hope you're kidding. This Gandhi is fudding and being real disrespect in the chat. Who? Gandhi G. David Peterson are blatantly lied on stage to win the token tank competition. A black state. I don't know anything about that. Gandhi, I don't know anything about that. If it's true, then it's not really FUD. But how do you prove that? So if you can't prove it, you should probably just hold off on your contempt. So anyway, yeah, dumb money is selling, man, and I just don't get it. I really don't get it. The people that are, to the wealthy and to the whales, the retail market is a joke, really. You've got the traders, the day traders, the guys who know, and they're scalping profit and they're capitalizing on the dumb money too. They actually pay their bills because of dumb money, so everybody has a place. But it's a shame because I see so many people who, we all got into this space excited about the technology, excited about the opportunity, and just being able to play a role in becoming a part of something at the ground floor. And I think that some people have lost sight of some of that because it's not as exciting right now. The volatility isn't as crazy. We're not seeing huge daily gains right now. And that's why I feel like the market today is just shaking out the weak hands. That's why they call it weak hands. They're people that, they're only excited when the party is super hot. It's like people that show up for they show up to a UFC fight just for the main event. But they miss out on everything else. You know what I mean? And it's like, it is what it is. But I really hope that everybody, the fact that you guys are sitting here and you're watching me ramble today, I'm not doing anything fantastic. I'm not going into any detail on any projects or anything. I'm just kind of hanging out. But I don't know. I just see this transfer of wealth, man, and I hate to see I hate to see people that have little having to sell off at a loss, or just selling when the market is down because they invested some money in a time where they thought they had it to spare, and now money's tight, so they're going to lose on an opportunity, and that kind of thing hurts. Like that kind of, because I know that's what's happening to some degree, and it's like nobody, I think, expected the bear market to last quite this long. And if we didn't have the SEC dragging their feet with everything, the shit would already be over, I'm sure. But unfortunately, the big players like Goldman Sachs and others, it's like a lot of these guys are the ones that are really controlling what's happening in the market. And they're making sure they have ample time to accumulate as much as possible. And I don't even know. I would be shocked if there was, but I would be interested to find out if, like, if a company like Goldman Sachs goes and they buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin over the counter, and then they pull some strings, and some of these other groups doing the same thing pull some strings, and then they go out and then they're starting to sell $10,000-$15,000 Bitcoin to their customers. What sort of regulatory concerns does that pose? Like, what, how legal is that? Because I can see that kind of thing happening. I feel like a lot of these big companies loading up. They are. Wealthy families, dynasties, they're all loading up. And it's good that they're interested, and it's good that they're putting so much money into it, but what do they plan to do with it once they have it? That's my question. And when? So, all right, for now I'm going to call it. I've got some work to do. I'm working on an ebook. I'm working on some other stuff. Got some projects. Got a review. I'm also really hungry, and I need a fan down. Kind of hot. But anyway, thanks for joining me this afternoon, guys. I just wanted to say hi and check out chat, see what was going on, and make sure everybody was doing well, and just kind of share my recap of World CryptoCon, share some photos. I'll have some pretty beefy content probably. I'll see you then. Until then, crow your coin. See you again.